Hi everyone. This is the video that I promised you that I want you to do this weekend that we will talk about on Monday. So this is a little presentation, a lesson on what we call impersonal pronouns and called anything, something, and nothing. So we're going to start with anything. And I want to start with this one because this one is used the least, but it's probably the most important. Most students will use nothing when in fact they should be using anything. So as you can see from the title, we use this with both questions and negatives. So looking at the first example, which is a question, the question is, did you see anything? And if you respond in the negative, you would continue to use anything. No, I didn't see anything. Okay, another example, are you going to buy anything at the mall? No, I don't plan to buy anything. And finally, have you eaten anything yet? No, I haven't eaten anything yet. So again, very important when you're making questions and especially with negatives, you want to use anything. So the question then is, when do we use nothing? And there's different situations for using nothing, but let's work with the most basic at this point. And in this case, you can use it regularly as the subject of a sentence. But again, notice that the verb is not a negative, it's an affirmative. So in this case, looking at the first sentence, nothing helps me when I can't sleep. We can use nothing as the subject. Notice again that the verb is in the affirmative. And also notice that nothing is considered singular. So the verb is going to have an S. Nothing helps. Okay. Next example is nothing bothers her when she is acting, or nothing works in this place. So what I don't want you to say at this point is, I don't know nothing. What you would say instead is, I don't know anything. You will certainly hear people saying that. At best, it's incorrect to say it. At best, it is very, very, very informal and should only be used in really informal situations, if at all. I really suggest students that you say, I don't know anything. All right, continuing on. So after anything and nothing, what you want to use for just regular positive sentences, and you can use it for a subject or an object, is the pronoun something. Okay, and looking at the example, in the first case here, something is the subject. Something happened at the school yesterday. And in our second sentence, it's the object of the sentence. I'm going to buy something for dinner when I go to the store. So let me give you a moment to read these other examples. You can see in the next example, it's the subject, and then the object, and then the subject, and then the object. Okay, let's see how you're doing. Let's go to the first activity. And here I just have 8 sentences for you, and I want you to complete these sentences with the correct pronoun. So pay attention to the context of the sentence. If the sentence is negative or it's a question, you want to use anything. If the blank is in the subject position, you have a choice of either nothing or something, but it's not really a choice. One is correct and one is not correct. Pay attention to the context to help you decide which one is correct. Okay, you can put these sentences in your notebook and be ready to talk about them and check with your partner on Monday, and then we'll discuss them together. If you finish that, there's one more practice activity. And for that, I need you to go back to Schoology and go into the homework folder and look for the link to a little story called A Strange Night. I want you to click on that link and read the story. And in this case, you'll have, I think it's 7 examples where you have a choice between something or anything or something similar to that. So let me show you what that's going to look like. So again, you're going to have 2 choices. Pay attention to the context as always to decide which one you want to use. Now you'll notice in the first sentence here, instead of something or anything, we have everybody and anybody, but the rules are the same, students. So with anybody, you would only use it for questions and negatives, just like with anything. So in this case, we have a choice of everybody went to bed earlier than usual or anybody went to bed earlier than usual. Since this is not a negative or a question, your choice should be obvious. Okay, so pay attention to the context. In this exercise, you have 3 choices. If you want, you can open the file, click on File, and make your own copy and do the activity in your own Google Doc. You can just write your answers in your notebook, or you can recopy the story and put the correct answers in there. And again, we will check together on Monday. All right, have a good weekend, do your homework, and I'll see you on Monday.